I'm doing my grammar, but when it comes to evaluation, we say even the best get to be even better. So even the best speaker, he or she can make the speech a better one next time. So we say, what does the purpose of evaluation make even the best become better? Thank you. Now, I said that before, and I want to say that also, because that is the very crux of evaluation. Be positive in your feedback, be very constructive in your criticism, and whether you're positive and constructive, that's something you don't want to be, don't be negative or destructive. It's most important that you make sure that the person's self-image is not destroyed. Next. I had the experience of telling two stories. John Hodgson was world champion, I forget the year. He came from my district, District 16 in Oklahoma. And he was the winner in the division contest, international speech contest. And I'm not a crybaby, but I was a runner-up. John was an outstanding speaker, and to say I was a distant second is good enough. John was a good guy, very mature Toastmaster, and in Oklahoma we had this thing going on. He said, Ram, I heard you to evaluate before. Hey, evaluate my speech. This was after he had won. He did. John Watson was a very good listener, very mature person, to take criticism very well. Whether I contribute that or not, that's not my immodesty coming to way, but he did well. He got the division contest, the district contest, the regional contest, and became the world champion, District 16. For this world. So I had two world champions from District 16. That was good feedback, well taken. I would rather spend a little bit more time telling the story of my other friend, Clifford. Clifford, like me, was a fellow scientist. We were members of the same club. We were at the beginning stages, was it 5 or 6, I forget what. He gave a lousy speech. You hear me? He gave a lousy speech. And I gave a lousier evaluation. I told him black and blue, said words that I shall not repeat again, have vanished from my vocabulary. In his sense, I said, it was a lousy speech. But Clifford no longer did those things. Now, my evaluation was so rotten, so lousy, that Clifford thought he was no good as a speaker. And like me, English was not his native language. And keep in mind, scenario. I was a person who had immigrated to the United States from India. He had immigrated from one of the foreign countries other than China. I destroyed his self-image and believe that is a very important lesson I want to share with you. You have to be very sensitive. And of course, he may come back and say, and of course, my mentor at that time said, no, don't be so upset. It also depends on the maturity of that person to take the criticism. Well, I leave that to your judgment, but be cautious, please. You have to be mature. When you take the thing, that's up to you. But what can you do as an evaluator is to be mature in not being overcritical. Perhaps one way to perhaps do that is, for example, I heard your speech, a good one. Perhaps you would like to think about in my view, you didn't meet all the objectives. Maybe you'd like to go back, rehearse it some more in the light of the following suggestions. Come back and repeat project 3, project 4, or whatever. So keep in mind, the project story of John, the project story of Little, it's 40 people this way. Keep that in mind, please. Next slide. Somebody talked about diplomacy. Same lady. One way a diplomat behaves is to say the nicest thing or the nastiest thing, the nicest thing. We have got to practice that diplomacy. Diplomacy does not mean telling falsehood, but telling the truth in a very nice way. The truth being a bitter truth. The truth may be bitter, but better to say, but in a better way. So keep this in mind. Want to dissipate. Say even the worst problem that you see in a very nice way. I'm trying to give one or two couple of examples. I heard your speech, good speech, James. I thought it would be better if, it would be a good way of saying personalizing. I take the responsibility. I think it would be better. You may agree with me, you may not agree with me, you may take it seriously, practice it, and say, hey, this is better. Or you might say, that's not good, but my style is different from yours. So put in your words like, I thought it would be better if, and very typical American expression we can use here as well. If I were you, I would do it different. If I were you, not here all the time, because this constantly come out here or so if I were you, things like that would be good. I thought, or I can say my perception. My perception is you're a little nervous. My perception is fine. I could be wrong, but use words, the expressions are more because what you say and how you say are both very important. Use expressions in a very personalized manner. Putting the blame on yourself. Say, I think it would be better. Next person. And as I said here, I'm going to go to John, and John is a great speaker. But if you point out to him, I may not know. Some of you get back, I hate you didn't give a nice talk on yoga. I cannot give a speech like that. But I still can say, I think if you give one example, show me yoga posture, I will feel better. I do not know, I'm like the navigator. I do not even know how to drive. I know how to go to, I do not even know, I don't know how to drive, Christian driving. But I got to be the notes that Anmol sent me from Malleshwaram to St. Mark's. And what direction, what light to take for, I was navigating, he was in the drive. So the navigator's role is played by the evaluator. He's not necessarily the better speaker, but often it understands. And again, keep in mind, you are evaluating the speech, not the speaker. You are not evaluating the speaker, but the speech itself. So at that point, you make comments. Next please. Now, I want to add one more thing to this point for Jayaraman. In real life, this is one of the most important things we want to feel, just like an hospital. One of the important things we always say is, how is it benefit to be individual? This is, we began that career just now, and I retired about 10 years ago. But one of the main functions that I had to do as a manager, at a group of 32 people, we have to give, I think it's not very different here. I work for a multinational oil corporation in R&D center, and there are about 32 scientists and technical people working. One of the hardest challenging jobs of the manager is to give annual performance review. And the guy who did a lousy job, although I don't say he did a lousy job, I could say he could improve on this, he could do on that. You know the most troublesome person? The bright PhD from Harvard. He knows it all. But tell him, you could improve, I had to rehearse 200 times. The most important benefit I had from evaluation and evaluating excellent speakers is by saying how to give feedback to super performers. It is one of the most important real applications in practical work life that I have. Not to speak of family matters. When you evaluate my daughter, I have one daughter, so we try to evaluate her performance. Well, she took piano, going to America, I wanted to do Bharatanatyam, that was my first love. The evaluation value of this, yes, she did excellently in Bharatanatyam, and she played the piano well, but balancing act. We have to evaluate the value at various stages. We evaluate with constant things, with things. So this is what very real life. And the last thing, and perhaps the most important thing you have to do as an evaluation to say, thank you, it was an excellent speech. Or thank you for a good speech. Thank you for taking the trouble to make a speech. That thank you, if you are a Toastmaster, has to be said by the evaluator, not by the speaker, right? You may agree, you do not agree, by mistake you may say thank you. No, don't say that. You're a Toastmaster, and if you're a judge, I take away half a point. If you're a speaker in a contest and you end up speaking, thank you, Toastmaster, and you can say you get second place. Because the first person doesn't say that. Remember, when the speaker has finished the evaluation, say thank you, and it's a big thank you. So these are the important things you want to keep in mind, and we'll have a few minutes question and answers, time permitting. If you've got any more questions, we'll try to tackle them at that time. Now, I want to bring in some little tips. How many are going to be participating in the evaluation contest? Just one? There's no contest. Give some more hands. Okay, it's easy, yeah. Evaluation contest. I want to give some tips on evaluation contest. First of all, got the green, yellow, and red lines. There are three segments important that you should address. The positive things, the things that you like best in your speech. Divided into two parts, the content and the delivery. The content and the delivery. We have mentioned that. Second part, you must give things that you think would be better if you did that. So things like, in case I said, you said 20, I mean 30. Say what you think needed attention. You don't say criticism, right or wrong, what needed attention. Third segment, very important segment, is how you think it will be better. Three segments, very clear. You've got green, yellow, and red. When you see the green line, keep on telling about the good things. And in the evaluation contest, you are given time to take notes. Write down on the left side things you like better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You may like 4 or 5 things. You may like the shirt. That you might say, I am going to give such a good speech. You do not know what is the criticism that you can say. You can say, Ram, it is nice. You have a nice shirt. I like it. Blue is my favorite color. You see, Anu, where is Anu? Yeah. See, it's kind of, see, what bright blue shirt like this. Or you can say, Ram, you know what? Blue tie for a blue shirt. No. It would have been better for a red tie. If you got nothing else to say that. And according to the software school that I attended, talks that we give after lunch, morning, breakfast, lunch, till afternoon, color must be terracotta, red, brown. After evening, 6 o'clock, pre-dinner, especially after dinner, blue and black. I followed that. I remembered my copy. But if I move a blue tie or after lunch talk, feel free to say that you have read somewhere that a red would be more appropriate if everything else in it is perfect. Don't believe you may not have that opportunity, but it would. So find a positive, be a good listener, be a good observer. And if you have read the conditions of the rules and regulations, says 5 points for appearance, that is there, and 5 points for grammar. Grammarian's role is very important in a contest. And one of the judges, excellent, he gave a very, very beautiful description. He was a medical doctor. He gave an online example of how he really saved a life. Very vivid. I felt as though I was sitting in that operation theater, doing this, how he saved the life and all that. And then he said, at the time, all the time, his wife was reading Gita and all that. The speech was so good. The topic moved me to tears. Very good organization, super deliberate. And I said, Dr. So-and-so, excellent speech. I would like to give you 100 points. One thing, he was reading not Gita, he was reading the Gita. Because the grammar says, oh, it is the Gita, the Quran, the Bible, the Himalayas, the Alps, mountains, rivers, holy books. That these important, grammarian, right? Very important. So we can always be a good listener when you listen to somebody, excellent speech, but watch out for any little thing, because you are going to have a target speaker who is an excellent speaker, and you have to find out how the very best can become better. Keep that in mind. And again, one other caution, you know about the halo effect. Let us say, Madam Manmohan, her fame, qualifications, etc. go much before I say, if Sumitra is going to be talking, I want to be there. First, excellent dynamic speaker, we want to listen to that. If she were the speaker, I were to the evaluator, I shall not be overwhelmed by the reputation that goes before her. Listen to her, that speech. I am not going to comment on Sumitra's greatness as a speaker. I am going to comment on that particular speech that she gives on Friday evening at 8:15. That's important. Keep that in mind. Don't be carried away by the halo effect when you give the evaluation. And perhaps if you are going to be judges in an evaluation contest, it is even more important because some of the outstanding Toastmasters, senior Toastmasters will be there. So don't think because of that you should be given the place. Keep that in mind. Halo effect is very important. I mentioned about the green, yellow, red light for the benefit. Until you see the green light, you must keep on saying. You written down the good points, you written the points to be improved on. When you written the good points, you put them as you know what you like best. The imagery that I created, maybe what you think best. Or the word power I showed. Or you might like the excellent diction that I have. Whatever you like, that comes first. Give 2 or 3 until you see the green light and then go past. So for a minute to a minute and a half, say the good, nice things that you saw. Preferably, if you cannot practice the evaluator, well, it is right. You have written down notes, and if you're not taken number 1 as the contestant, you may become 3. Use that time to organize your own speech. Then you say the good things first, and then you see green light, prepare for the next one. I like it, perhaps it will get that. When you see the yellow light, that's the time when you want to come up to what you think would make it best. What you think would make it different. You show by action what you think best. You can say Raman is good, but as you are speaking, your note was here in the hand all the time. Perhaps you could put it in your pocket as you're talking. In case you forget, it will be there. My PowerPoint failed me, so I had to note. So keep that in mind. What you think would be improved on until you see the red, yellow light, and then you come down to what you think would make it better. When you come to see the red light, about 30 seconds to wind down. That's when you hit a crescendo. Crescendo is the best thing that you want to say. What a fantastic speech it was. Many people talk about many different subjects. A common subject would be let's say, like the table topic today, but marriage or boys dating, experience and all that. If I were to be this evaluator contestant, I would say, hey, Anmol, you made me 47 years younger, because that's how long ago I got married. Or if you want to talk about old age and nice issues with old age, hey, I can relate to that very well. See, put in humor as you speak. Lastly, I want to tell you, as a contestant, I told you what to look for. Remember, as a contestant, you're there. So you're the contestant. Sanjay is going to be the judge. I am giving a speech as the evaluator. The evaluator is making a speech. So you should evaluate me as a speaker. Now what do you do when you evaluate or judge a speaker? What are the things you look for? The content of the speech and the delivery method. I got a simple mantra or abbreviation for you. You have to give a speech. S-P-E-C-H. Keep it simple. Yes, keep it simple. What you say must be just like that, understood. It is not stop, rewind, repeat. You must say it simply. P is personalized. That is very important. Because all the time I feel, my perception, if I value, things like that. Personalized when you speak. There are two E's, right? Give two examples. Don't keep on giving example after example. There are only two E's in speech. The C is for confidence. When I critique you, when I told Sanjay, that he said 20 or 30, I was confident. I heard him. And I was confident I'm going to tell him. I'm not afraid of him. He's a big boss outside. But he had his evaluate at that point. Nothing wrong. He's a very mature man. He takes it and he takes it with a smile. So be confident and say that. And the last letter is H. H is for humor. You should be able to find humor in any speech anywhere. Your own distinguished Toastmaster Rajdeep, very funny guy, he said that is, how does a funeral begin? With fun. Funeral. Fun begins. So we can find fun anywhere. Tell Rajdeep I said so. I heard it once. I remember it for years. Very nice. So there is fun, there is humor in each and every speech, and highlight that as we speak. So keep in mind, you have to keep the thing very simple, personalized. Then you deliberate, right? Once you've written down in the room, then brought in, deliver, you have to give that speech. G-I-B, G is for gestures. Use your gestures as you speak. I like that speech, Jai. You did very well. I is for eye contact. You look at the audience that you have your eye contact. I is for eye contact. And V is for the voice. I liked it. I loved it. Show that in your voice. The body, that's in gestures. The whole body speaks, not just the hand. You like it, you like it. I can't. Show it in your eyes, in your face, the whole body speaks. That's gestures. Eye contact. Look at the people. Show it in your voice. And the last letter is perhaps the most important thing in an evaluation. You must be enthused and happy to give that feedback. We always say, take the high road when you evaluate, and into the higher road. You must elevate the speaker. Now, I want to end my presentation in a personal note. I told you about two examples, John Watson and Clifford. Most of us, many of us attended ovations. I had a wonderful personal experience. Sumitra Manmohan is a very good friend of mine for many years. We respect each other very much and we know each other's strengths, etc. And there's an outstanding contestant from this great club. I say this is the greatest club in Bangalore. That we from Friday evenings. The other great club is Saturday evenings. So this great guy from your club made the greatest And from my club fellow became the runner-up, and Mulgar became the champion. Sumitra is a wonderful friend. She said, Anmol, come on over. Let us ask Dr. Ram to sit. And she gave me the great opportunity and the honor of evaluating Anmol girl. And some of you know this already. This guy lost his voice. 1.5 days, 1 day to go. She and I were staying in the same hotel. I loved his speech. Excellent speech. Had a winner in his speech. World-class speech. I don't know if it's international speech. I've heard some word speech. World-class. I was very inspired. And I know even the best speech can get better, right? Right. I'm not afraid. So I told him. I was scared. His voice. So I put a quarantine on him. Now let me put it one more thing. Evaluate sometimes in clubs, we got the mentor for them. And you know, what is the difference between a mentor? Mentor takes more interest in the teacher, not just the teaching part of it, but you take more interest from the person who wrote and all that. So instantaneously, I acted like a mentor without his permission. I said, Anmol, I put a quarantine on him. Anmol, you're not coming out of this hotel room tomorrow. You're staying back. The day after tomorrow is a contest. You must get your voice back. Wonderful fellow that he is. You might be. Stayed back. I liked it very much. I got 2 hot cups of milk with my home remedy turmeric. Asked him to take it. He said he was feeling better. Then I had a good doctor friend. I said, Doctor, I did this. He said, let him rest completely. Let him not open his mouth. But poor Anmol. Very good boy. You say, come on over, Anmol. He made the mistake of writing. Please come. I'm taking very personal note that this is what I've learned all about. Read what you wrote. I hope you can read your handwriting. Read the first half. This was a quarantine I had given him. But he had only one request to make of me. Read this one, please.
This is what I wrote before the Craig session. I wish to attend Craig's session. Only his, no others. From 3:50 to 5:15.
So he wanted my permission to get out of the hotel room to listen to only one thing. Craig Valentine's speech. Now I went for 2 reasons to my show. Because I knew that was Jangri. I said, that's my favorite. Second was Craig Valentine. So that was good enough for me. And this guy was contestant. He wanted Craig Valentine's speech. So I thought a little bit, all right, come. So he did come attend Valentine's speech. And then, next day we went. He was ready to come for the next day morning speech. And you know the old saying, old boys don't cry. So I'm trying hard not to cry. And you know I'm very modest, I'm not a modest person, but I'm enough modest. I wanted to read what he wrote. Thank you, Sumitra, for introducing this wonderful gentleman. This is what he wrote.
Thanks a lot, sir. You're my biggest inspiration. I want to sit next to you during the contest before I speak.
Did you hear that? I want to read it again. It is etched in my heart. Anmol, he wrote, you are my biggest inspiration. I want to sit next to you during the contest before I speak. I cried almost. Anmol, give me a hug. Had this as a theme. Hug. One more time. Help us grow. Help us grow. If you like it, give a big ovation to the evaluator and the evaluator. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. We have, in the interest of time, we take 3 questions, and for that we have 3 minutes. Will that be good enough?
It's not get the answer.
Oh. Go ahead. The floor is yours.
Time evaluation. Any inputs to time evaluation. So time. So we take time.
But you must wait, right? No, you must wait for the green. You must definitely look for the green light while appraising the candidate. Go clearly past the green light. Don't go till the end. Between 1.5 minutes, the positive things. When it becomes yellow, level off the criticism until you see the red, give your methods of what you do. Hit the crescendo and you see the red.
The next question, if there's any.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, sir, one of the previous sessions that I have attended, and one of the senior Toastmasters said you are allowed to keep chits and papers in front of you, and you said you are allowed to keep chits in your pocket. So I just wanted to ask, if a person is giving a prepared speech and he forgets something and he takes out the paper from his pocket and reads it, what the effect is it? Will it create a negative impact on the evaluator or what? Or is it yet better to keep the chit in front of you and keep flipping it as the speech progresses?
You mean for the target speaker?
If you are a speaker and I'm allowed to keep chits,
Yeah.
one of the senior Toastmasters in the previous session said you should keep it in front of you and flip it as it progresses. You today said you are allowed to keep chits, you should keep it in the pocket. So I just wanted to ask, if you keep the chits in your pocket and if you forget something during the course of speech and you take it out and read it, so will it create a negative impact on the evaluator or is it fine?
Listen, yeah. Good point. You are allowed to keep it anywhere you want, and I think keeping it here where you can easily read it will be much more appropriate. I said if the speaker is speaking, you keep it in the pocket. If I were a contest in a speech contest, my speech manuscript will be with me. But in the evaluation contest, you are the speaker, people evaluate it very happy. You may forget it otherwise. Yes. So you should that be, I agree with what you said.
Yeah, I have a question, sir.
Yes.
See, as an accounter, we count even the short pause and long pauses. Okay. But in many speeches, we need to, take pauses also. So how do you, as an evaluator, how can I judge directly whether it is a pause or how do I?
Talking the evaluation contest, you are the only evaluator. They evaluate grammar, evaluate accounting, etc. and then time. But in a normal evaluation meeting, I would leave it to the grammarian to point out the grammar mistake, the author to the author. At the same time, having said that, if you find something very atrociously wrong, you can say, I think I'd like to work on the grammar, and I'm going to wait till Prabhu makes his comment. So put it on that grammarian to alert him, and then mention at the same time, as an evaluator, the grammar needs attention. Mention that lightly, but don't take the role of grammarian when you're evaluating the club meeting. Thank you.
It's a wonderful opportunity that we have you, Dr. Ram, here. And as luck would have it, our standing in president as well as your new mentee, I'm asking him to facilitate. Dr. Ram was the winner of the evaluation contest in the year 2002 from District 16, that is Oklahoma. He is also an active member of the Daffodils Toastmaster Club. So if you have any further questions, you know where to find him. So now we get on straight with what we have for our heroes and heroines, the evaluations. To lead the evaluation, I will invite the general evaluator. So